and welcome to Add More Zest. My name's Rebecca, also known as 4Kids at 147, and it's time for another WIP and Waffle and Chit Chats. So I'm on the top section and I've just seen I do need to shuffle this one over a little bit just to match up with the one below. So I've got quite a bit more black while I do the top part of her hair slash antlers by the looks of it. Get that top section of her hair which is a bit bitty, and then I've got some more block work as well, block-ish work. So let's zoom in so I can get my easel in the right place. Oh, actually, when I zoom in, or look in the camera from a distance rather than looking at it close up, I can see we have a couple of little birds to do in this part. How sweet. So I'm going to tip out the black first as before. But I hope everybody is doing well, whether you're diamond painting or doing some housework while you're watching this, pottering on with those daily tasks, or having a time to relax. I hope you're enjoying whatever you're doing, or at least enjoying it a little bit more. Oh, I feel like I have a little bit of structure in this bit. I've got some lines to follow. That's always good. So, comments, etc. I am still on ones from a month ago. I think I'm going to have to do quite a few WIP and chats to catch up on all of these, or maybe I need to not waffle so much, or maybe I need to not read out every comment. Time will tell. We'll carry on as I am for now. Nancy Smith, she said, thank you for the surprise WIP and Waffle. Fun. She says, I stopped the video to comment on an author slash a book series I think you should look into. She said Louise Penny is a Canadian author who writes a detective series that takes place in Three Pines, Quebec, Canada. She has many books in the series now. She says, and if I'm not mistaken, her first publisher was in the UK, so I believe her books would be available for you. Worth checking out for sure. She recently wrote a book with Hillary Clinton called The State of Terror, which was very good too. She said, just an author I wanted to suggest. Well, thank you. I do love the suggestions. It's quite handy with Audible. I can listen to a section of it. Not so much for the storyline, because I can read the synopsis the same way I'd read the back of a book. But I do find that sometimes it is also how it's read that can make a difference to how much you enjoy it on Audible. So, yeah, I will definitely pop that one on my little list as well, and then I think I might just pick one and go for it when I've finished my reread of the last two JD Rubb books, or when I get a chance to actually diamond paint and listen to a book at the same time. That's when I'll start one of these, because at the moment I'm listening to, or re-listening to, the last two of the JD Rubb books, the newer two, and I am listening to them just for a little bit before bed, and I do find I'm falling asleep before the chapter finishes, and I don't think that's good to do when you haven't heard the story before. But it is really nice to do when you have heard the story before. It's quite soothing. And I find quite often I'm actually getting to sleep a lot quicker, especially with Luna the dog at the moment, because otherwise, you know, I do wonder for every single sound I can hear. Even if it's just her snoring, which she does on occasion. It's quite a cute little snore. I do find I'm hearing that. I'm wondering if she's settled, even though she is. So she'd be sure to let us know if she wasn't, so I can hear any louder noises she makes. So yeah, I will pop that on my list as well. Charlotte M, she says you could tell the snow was bad the other day in the UK because there was snow in Grimsby, she said, where her grandma lives, and she says it never snows near the coast. She says where she lives in North Yorkshire had pretty bad snow too. She said like really thick snow coming down really bad and really fast and settling. She said it was really bad. Yeah, we actually haven't had snow that's stuck in our town at the moment. As I say, we are in a valley. It takes a lot to snow here. We have had some hail. I mean, this comment was a month ago. We did have a little bit of snow, I think a month ago, but it didn't even get to the point of sticking. The ground was just too wet from the rain that we definitely like to get. We have no problem with getting rain. Kimberly, she said, hi Rebecca, I was so excited to see a midweek WIP and Waffle. Well, you're not going to know what's hit you this week, Kimberly. She said it's always fun to have a chin wag with friends. She's just purchased her first cart from Heaven and Earth Designs. She's going to work on Daughter of the Derb by Josephine Wall. She opted for the version with 90 colours. And she's in the process of ordering all the diamonds and will try to get her blank canvas from Heaven and Earth Designs, provided that they have the size available. Excited to get started on that. She said, I hope you're having a great week. Yeah, their canvases are really nice. I don't know if they do blank ones. They may do. I haven't actually been on their site for a while. I'm not sure if they do blank canvases, but if they do, I've found they're really nice. If you do want to do a Heaven and Earth Designs but are very unsure about a blank canvas, then they do quite a few designs with just the black and white printed on them. If you want to feel as though you're doing a Heaven and Earth design or something different to a colour canvas anyway. You want to feel like you're doing something different. They are rather big, and I do have one that's black and white, which will be quite nice to kit up when I get further on with my current Heaven and Earth Designs / get one of them finished. Then I may look at kitting up the second one. I may still set myself a goal that I need to have finished one and be at least halfway through another maybe before I think about it. I'm not sure. I definitely need to try and, I keep saying this, I definitely need to try and carve out a little bit more time to be getting some of my Heaven and Earth design done. You know, aside from a WIP and Chats, aside from just doing that one section. Maybe I need to try and set a goal of each weekend maybe I set up on the dining table and get a little bit of at least one of them done, and that will be then once a week. I can do it in the daytime because I mean it is getting to the summer months, so lighting is a lot easier than it used to be, but there's no point in backlighting a Heaven and Earth design canvas, but I do find them easier to do with good lighting, and if I can't have the light underneath, then I would much rather have the daylight than just whatever overhead lights we have on to be able to do them. So maybe that's what I try as a mini goal, to get one done at a weekend when I can do it in the day. I keep setting myself these mini goals and then life happens. But it constantly runs around in my brain as a possibility to get the heaven and earth design done a little bit quicker than what I'm doing it now. It's not a matter of speed and having to be hugely fast, but I do think it could do with being a little bit quicker. Right, I've got a couple of single, oh, okay. My pen decided to take out 2. A couple of singles. I think I'm still going to work across. In fact, I might work on filling in this part first and then do the bulk of the outside. Because if I go to do this colour, I'm actually doing a whole lot up here. So I think I might do most of the colours that are around the rest of her head in the first instance and try and fill in some of those. Because there's going to be there's a few of them that I don't need loads of. Let's do that. Let's concentrate on this bottom little block. And then I'll move up. I nearly put a diamond on the wrong place. That would not be good. Susan, she says she's a little bit behind on my WIP and Waffles when she commented on this one. But it was very nice to keep me company today. She said she's working on her big sunflower and she's having exactly the same problem as I am with canvas stickiness. Using a glue dot with the painting, she says, is proving to be quite frustrating. I was very excited to hear you say the black tray will be in the zesty size at some point. She says she has the regular black tray and she loves it. So it will be fun to get the smaller one. It's actually the zesty tray that I'm still using at the moment. I do like the big one. I just tend to go through phases, and I'm going for ease at the moment with the way life is. So my ease is to just grab the tray that I used last. And with doing quite a few of the small paint gem paintings, the zesty tray seems to be my go-to. I started using it for them and I just keep picking it up. So it is what it is at the moment, and it's working. Though I have to, oh, there we go. I had a couple of diamonds that decided to get stuck in the tray there. Just had to give it a little bit of an extra tip tap to get it moving. Right, are we going to be able to get diamonds out of here? This is sometimes the question, whether the pen is too sticky and picks up too many, or can't quite get the right grip on them, because there is quite a few in this pot at the moment. Okay, got one, last one. Come on, don't be a pain for me now. I think that's it. And then we've got the orange arrow. And then Susan, to finish off Susan's comment, I was trying to work out where I was up to then. Apologies. Oh, I dropped that diamond and it fell all the way down into my tray. That works. If I find I pick up too many, I can drop one into my tray. There we go, I've picked up 2. That's what I need. Let's use those 2. Oh, no, found another one. Using the tray is definitely easier, but sometimes I feel as though I spend a lot of time tipping them in and out of the tray when I only need a few, and sometimes I just cause myself more trouble than I need to. Okay, there's a few more of this one, so let's just go for the tray. Susan says, well, I'm off to listen to the next video. She says she hopes all is going well with the kitchen remodel, and thank you so much for sharing. Yes, I think I have updated in the last couple of videos, but I also forget what I've discussed with who. I was discussing quite a bit of the kitchen with my sister-in-law today. They are about to get theirs done. I think they've sort of been a little bit like us. It's been a little bit of planning for quite a while, and taking a little bit of time, not necessarily being in a rush to get the kitchen done. We've not necessarily been, you know, it has to be done soon. It's been a slow process, just due to time constraints, and then it did get to the point where we were like, okay, we need to make decisions and start making this happen now. And I think my sister-in-law has reached that point, so her design she's happy with, and she's starting to make progress and get things booked in. So she had a good look, and we had a good discussion over, you know, all the bits that we may have had done in the kitchen that, you know, we really like and really work for us. And yeah, it's exciting times. I can't wait to see her kitchen as much as I couldn't wait to see mine. So we're still waiting / we still need to organise. We got a distraction in life, but we need to sort out our kitchen splashbacks for around the worktops, but all the worktops are in. The shelves were ordered last week. They arrived on the Monday, and even though both hubby and I were exhausted, he was an absolute gem and got the shelves up. I even said, look, leave them, I'm happy to wait. Like, I was too tired to even think about putting them up. So this was last Monday, so this was following the first night with Luna, followed by a full day at work. And the first full day for me with Luna, though Megan was home. I wasn't on my own. It was mainly Megan's first full day with Luna, to be fair. But no, he was, you know, all for getting them put up straight away, and they do look amazing. I'm so happy with the shelves that we got. So yeah, we've got all that done. The kitchen is functioning. It just needs a splashback, and we will get there. Eventually, I'm sure the wall will get hit and wiped with enough food to make us get that process done. And we need to look at getting a radiator. We can get a radiator put back in the kitchen now. Now that we know what size gap on the wall that we need to find a radiator to fit. And I still need to paint the windowsills, etc. They need a coat of paint. But I'm sure those things, they will go in spits and spurts, and I'm sure we'll have another little spurt on the kitchen at some point. But day to day, it is making us smile every time we go in the kitchen. So that is the main thing. That is the point we needed to get to. Right, we've got quite a few different things going on now. Let's get some of these over here, because I think these are single ones mainly. So we need just, oh, where did you go? It ran down the painting. That's the only thing when you're working on an easel. Sometimes if you drop a diamond, it just rolls down your painting. While I'm here, I've just spotted that there's one more single purple. And I got hold of that one upside down, so let's get it the right way up. And then I have a little bit of red. And this is where if I'd have uncovered 2 sections, it would have, you know, I would have had the red out for it and could have done these little bits. But I didn't want, I wanted a nice clean break for the end of a WIP and Chat rather than part of one. So I decided 2 smaller sections was the way forward. Oh, Susan has left a comment on the next WIP and Chat. You can tell, so she did go off and listen to the second one and watch the second WIP and Chat because her comment has appeared afterwards. She says she's still not finished with her 5" by 5" square. She said she caught up with Sunday's WIP and today's WIP, and she's got a little bit to go. She says she is dealing with a less than stellar canvas. I reckon that definitely makes things harder then. She says the glue isn't sticky enough. She said just as you were ending, she said I was going to brag that I actually dumped exactly the amount of diamonds for the symbol that she was doing. I love it when that happens, when you pour exactly the right amount of diamonds into your tray for the one that you're doing. Not when you only need 2 or 3 and you actually count them in, but when it happens as a happy accident. I love it when that happens. And I've just done my limey green, my bright green in. Going a little bit, I say, a little bit all over the place, but I'm trying to sort of block in this little bit, but avoiding the blues because I will get to them going round as well. Let's go for S. She said then she looked down and she had like 5 more of the symbol. She was excited to hear about baby quackers. So Diamond Art Studio UK have brought out a little quackers diamond painting. She's going to have a look at him because she did want Mr. Quackers, which is called Excited Duckling on Diamond Art Studio's website, but I called him Mr. Charlie Quackers because I could, and because I liked the name. And that's what he was called to me. But she never bought him because he was so big. She's still on a no buy, she says, but if I can actually know that she can get a smaller version at some point, then she's going to be so happy. Hope all is going well with your kitchen, she says. Thank you for sharing. Well, I hope you found him and liked him, Susan. He is a little bit smaller. He's not loads smaller, but he is a little bit smaller. And I think you will enjoy doing him anyway. Even if, you know, he maybe doesn't have somewhere to live once you've finished him. I don't think it always has to be that, you know, they have a home to go to. Even if my Mr. Quackers does live at the top of my stairs. I think you could just do him just to put a smile on your face. Cassie says she's working on the same one as me, so that must be this one, Mother Earth. She says she got out of a large... Oh, sorry, no, she didn't say she's working on Mother Earth. See, again, read the whole comment. She says she's working on one that she got out of a large mystery box. It's a Christmas scene, stained glass windows. She says 80 by 40, her biggest yet. There is some real satisfaction in doing a nice big painting. I can't even remember how big this one is, and it doesn't say on part of the canvas that I can see, and it doesn't say it on the top of the box with Diamond Art Club, so I'm not trying to figure out which box it is and pulling it up, but it's a fair size. But yeah, the big ones are nice. They're really nice to do. Right, let's go for A. I'm just trying to avoid some of these blues in here. I will do them in a bit. I just want to get some of these smaller sections of colours done. Maybe this A9 and the letter Y. And then, yeah, then I'll see. I know I have some blues down here as well to do. Okay, 9. Talita, she said, binging, she says, while getting her own WIP and work in progress, or WIP. One square closer, she says, to gifting. Oh, so you're doing one now at the moment that is going to be a gift for somebody. That's awesome. Maybe that's what I need to do. See if any family members this side of the pond have any particular painting that they would like, or an area of their home where they would like a piece of diamond painting artwork that I could do for them. And then I can do it knowing full well it is going to be displayed somewhere. I'd be even happy to do a big one. Diana, so she says, such beautiful colours in this painting. Yes, there are. This may have been the more subdued section of the painting, or at least this part of the top half. It does get a bit brighter further on, that's for sure. We've got a big sunshine going on. It's like this side is nighttime, the other side is daytime. She says she totally agrees about liking to have more than one project at once. Yes, I may have, I've done a couple of my smaller paintings while doing this big one, and I've just realised I missed 2 black all the way up here. Somebody probably noticed it a lot sooner than I did, but I've just spotted them because I forgot the black moved over across the top. Oh well, I will get those in a moment. I've gone for the V mainly because while there is some up here, there's not too many. While I try and plan out in my head at the same point as reading what's the best way to tackle this big section, or whether I just do whatever symbol is next. Because I've got a few symbols here that need filling in. Excuse me. Those 2 symbols, there's quite a lot of up here. Actually, there's not many P's, and there's not many of the percentage of the divide symbol, so maybe I do those 2. Let me get those 2 blacks first though, because that's annoying that I missed 2. Right at the tippy top. Got those 2 done. There's not many of those L's and stuff either. Oh, choices. Okay, no, let's do this L. So I've now flipped up to the top of the diamond painting, and I'm just doing a few of these that match up with the rest. So I'm sort of framing it off a little bit. Excuse me. She says, hope your kitchen remodel goes smoothly. She says, looking forward to seeing before and after photos. Yes, I will need to sort out some photos soon, actually. I'll try and pop some up on a video. I can't say this one because I don't know how many after photos I've got, and I need to hunt down before photos, which I know I do have. I will, once I've managed to get some photos together on the next WIP and Waffle that I have, I will try and mention that that will be the one that I will show some photos. I may try and put some photos in the Facebook group as well at some point, but again, I just need to make sure that I have hunted down some from before, as well as, of course, the after, of which I know we have a few, but I don't know if they're ones with the shelves in or not and things like that. We didn't have the extractor fan up for a bit either, so I'm not sure if we've got that up or not. So I need to do all those, check all those things, and if need be, take some pictures, which I definitely can't do at this time of night, it's too dark. She says, your laugh is awesome and contagious. She says, love. Oh, thank you. It's weird, I don't necessarily hear my own laugh. Not the same as I'm sure everybody else does. And there used to be a time when I first started on YouTube that I would listen back to all of my video. You know, partly to check the sound was right, and if I'd done a voiceover, I would be checking that, you know, everything matched up and I had mentioned everything I needed to, so that I could add any comment if I want to. I don't have the time for that anymore. I don't listen back to my videos at all. It's the quickest way for me to be able to get them up and on YouTube. And you guys, you know, you're as happy with the mistakes as you are with when everything goes perfect. So that works for me. It works for all of us. So Diamond Killicaloo, hope I've said that right. Killicaloo. Let me just get, oh, I forgot to fill up my 995. I said in the last WIP and Waffle I needed to fill it up, so I have got a few little, you see, little tiny beads hanging around. So I'm going to use up these that I can, and then I will need to fill it up to be able to finish off all of this symbol. But there are the odd little diamonds as well that are too small, so I'm trying to make sure that I avoid them. So Diamond Killicaloo, she says, hi Rebecca. She says, I was not aware that the Heaven and Earth Design Shop did also black and white canvases. She's currently working on the latest mystery diamond painting by Diamond Art Club, and she loves it. I guess I will show my mum the Heaven and Earth Design Shop, and she can order one picture so she still has the mystery feeling of it. Oh, I like that idea. So getting somebody to order a picture for you so that you don't actually know what it is, and get it in the black and white. That's a good idea, because I think you will get just as much that you can't tell as you would with the likes of the Diamond Art Club mystery, because a lot of the time, especially when they're shown on unboxing videos, I have been able to tell what picture they are. Okay, what do I need? 995. I've just pulled these all off my book ring. I've got a couple of empty bags already. 995 is what I need. So let me grab those. These are my extra diamonds. I think I'm going to have some 310 left, considering There is not a lot of 310 in the rest. I've still got quite a bit in a head, but I think I'm still going to have quite a few left. But let's tip in this 995 into my pot, but I am over my tray. And I am using a funnel as well, because it just means I don't have to be as careful, which means I can do it a lot quicker to get all the diamonds out of the bag and into the pot. So that's another one empty. And it's filled the pot a little bit. Plenty for what I'm going to need it for though. So let's tip those in. Yeah, I have been able to tell what the Diamond Art Club ones are. Quite often on a mystery, actually no, there's been one mystery one I couldn't, which there was one that Margaret got for me, and that one, I think due to the design, the actual image that it was really quite hard to work out what that one was until I was probably about halfway through it, and then I figured it out. A fan sales one that I did, I actually wasn't too happy with what the picture was, and I think that one was really hard to work out because the picture wasn't as clear as it could have been. But definitely with the big ones, it can be quite easy to see what they are. So if you really want the surprise, not only get your mum to pick one for you, but then when you are ready to work on it, get your mum to cover it with cover paper as well. So take off the clear coating, and if you have the space, maybe cover all of it. Otherwise, get her, if you do work, so for example, I work from the bottom up, or it will work the same the top down, get her to cover the first few rows that fit on your easel or your space, and get her to roll up the rest, so that when you are moving your cover paper down as you work, you're not uncovering the whole image and you're not seeing the whole black and white print from a distance, because that's when I think you may end up spoiling your surprise a little bit more. If it's really big as well, maybe try rolling it like I did with Minions. So, and in fact I did it with this one for a shorter period of time because it wasn't as long. The bit that I'd done, I rolled up as it went over my easel, and the bit that I hadn't done was also rolled up. So I was never looking at the full canvas. The canvas as a whole didn't come into the equation. Yeah, just because I never got to look at it as a whole once I started to work on it until it was finished. And maybe if you purposefully do that, it will help keep it as a mystery for a lot longer. Cart DM does budgeting. Says, you missed a V. She says, lol, I know you guys always catch what I miss. Straight up. She said it was the 9th row down and near the first white square, looking at the black and white edged twos, she said. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I got that one. I can't even remember if I got that one in the video or whether I spotted it afterwards. But I do remember getting a rogue V. I just can't remember if it was in that video or if I actually caught it when I was doing another section and happened to glance over and realise that it was missing. But you know, it happens. Sometimes I do think about taking a diamond off a section before I even frame it. You know, just removing one, just so that somebody can potentially have to go hunting for said missing diamond in the picture that's been missed intentionally. She also said, not forgetting the pot of tea, milk jug and square sugar lumps in a bowl, she says, for the English afternoon tea. Oh, and in the summertime, she said, proper lemon squash made with real lemons or Pims. Oh, I'm so glad we're getting to the time of year where an afternoon tea can be thoroughly enjoyed. In the garden, in the sun. I think it should be a rule that it's done at least once a week. Even if it's just a matter of taking the time to sit outside in the sun and enjoy your lunch. Simply read. She said, hello Rebecca, I just wanted to share that she was just watching one of my first WIP Chats. Oh, and she saw the spider drop on my canvas. I remember that. Where I filmed was actually against a different wall in my craft room. It was before we got the conservatory added on. So we had the old door on that could have an air breeze through it, and because it wasn't connected to the house, it could be known to attract the odd spider that decided to live in there. She said, it scared me. She said, if I were you, she said, I would have lost my mind. Yeah, it was one of my first Heaven and Earth design WIP Chats, I think. And I was quite happily doing it. I think I was even doing it on a paper chart. And then I remember just looking and there was just a spider crawling across my canvas. And he just seemed to stop when I looked at him. I have just managed to get a bit of glue dot on my canvas as well. Oh, there we go. I've actually spread it out rather than trying to remove it. That'll work. Yeah, spiders don't really tend to bother me unless they crawl on me. That I am definitely not a fan of. I more go on the rule that if they stay out of the way of me, I will stay out of the way of them. That works for me. They can live their life as long as they let me live mine. She said, I had to laugh at how calm you were about letting him be on your desk. She said diamond painting would have ended and her husband would have had to spray before she would have gone back in there. Yeah, I don't think we used to have one in the front room that lived in the front room for quite a while. In fact, we're sure that as one died, another one took its place. Used to name him Boris. He used to run out from under the TV cabinet and used to run round and under the couch, but only ever used to do it once all the kids had gone bed and we were lay watching TV or sat watching TV, and we would just see this movement out the corner of our eye, and it would either be going from the TV cabinet to under the couch or under the couch to the TV cabinet. Did about once a night, the only time we saw him. She said she admires my calming spirit. Have an amazing day and blessings to you and your family. Thank you. Yeah, I wouldn't pick up spiders to move them. Megan does. Megan will pick up a spider to move it. I'm not that keen on that for definite. Like, no touchy, thanks. But other than that, if you can go on your way and leave me be, then that's fine. I can cope with that. Diana said, so happy you're loving working on this one. She says, always happy to see a whip and waffle from you, and she's so enjoying seeing the beautiful colours bringing this painting to life. That's good. Mazur says, hi, I'm from India. I do diamond painting, but sadly I'm not able to get any large ones. Says, where do you buy them? So the large diamond paintings, this large diamond painting is from Diamond Art Club. They are based in the US, but as far as I'm aware, they do ship worldwide. I don't think there's any restrictions on countries. I think there can be different costs depending on the country, but I don't think there are any restrictions as such. I also have often done some Diamond Art Studio UK, do also again ship to different countries, and you can find most companies that sell diamond paintings will sell larger ones. You often just have to look for the section where they have large diamond paintings. Sometimes they don't advertise it in the title, and you may need to make sure that you look in the description for some large ones. But say pretty much any company that sells a diamond painting, most of them will sell a bigger one. Okay, I have only got a handful of YA. Oh, I do have more. I only have about 6 different diamonds left in that pot, and I thought I didn't have any extras, but it's all good. I do. Okay, let's go for the elephant on the painting. Let's go for the big one. Go for the big one and then fill in the little bit. So yeah, Mazar, if you want to find particularly large paintings, if you do check out my second channel, which is Add More Zest with Diamonds, it is linked in the description underneath this video. If you go and check out that channel, I have loads of unboxings, and some of those you will be able to see unboxings of larger paintings, and there is links to them. There is also a playlist on this channel which has unboxings, and they include larger ones. I think this one was unboxed on this channel, the Diamond Art Club one. So yeah, go and check that out, and you can follow the links in the descriptions to find some big ones and check if they do ship to you in India. But many of them will do. It's just similar to anything being shipped from the US to another country. You may just need to pay some or all of the shipping cost. Depends on what their margins are as to how much you would potentially get free shipping or not. Doesn't always work out that it can be offered. Yeah. The Life of Katie. She says she bought a Diamond Art Club painting to give them a go. She's currently doing a Rapunzel. She still has a Home Fun Lord of the Rings one half finished. She said she got bored of just black and different orange, and she wanted a bit of colour. Her boyfriend is going to finish it for her though, as it's for his office at home. Oh, well, that's nice that you get him doing some as well. She said she loves watching the Whip and Waffles. They make her day, and thank you for all that you do. Oh, you're more than welcome, and I hope you're enjoying these extra little Whip and Waffles scattered while I get my life back on track. after adding a puppy to the family. Cap GM does budgeting. She said, I can't get over how clear this canvas is. She said it's gorgeous. And that was the Minions. So that was a comment on the Minions WIP and Waffle. And yes, one thing, apart from Minions having two symbols that were the same and very hard to differentiate between, apart from that little hiccup, let's call it a hiccup, it definitely wasn't intentional. It just happened to have happened. I do say their canvases and their symbols are always superb, which is great because not all companies are. Sometimes I don't think they're tested as well how it is to work with them in the dark. And I say in the dark, you're not working in the dark, but you're working without natural light can make a huge difference on how clear a symbol is. Even though a light pad underneath makes a huge difference, I have had one canvas where I still couldn't make them out with a light pad. It needed daylight. It needed daylight was the only way that you could see the canvas properly. But yeah, they are great. All Things Crafty by Kaz. She says, sounds like it's been a hot minute. That was on my last video explaining my last absence. She says, glad to hear that you've had a successful week of getting your house straight. I did. It's gone downhill again a bit this week, but we did get a lot of the house straight, or the kitchen stuff straight. She says, but sorry to hear that you were sick. Yeah, I think every now and then my body just does tell me, A up, missus, you've had enough, will you take a chill pill? And just, yeah, I've currently got a sore throat. Why I decided that WIP and Waffles would be the best way for that, I don't know. But, you know, take a paracetamol and everything's doable, isn't it? And yeah, talking doesn't seem to help the sore throat. I don't know whether it makes it worse. I don't think it makes it awful. But yeah, sometimes you just have to be able to get on with life, don't you? And I want to be able to diamond paint. I want to be able to put videos up. And at the moment, the way I can do both is by doing a WIP and chat. It's good because I have loads of things to discuss and loads of comments to read. And it is also great because I get to work on finishing this canvas, because I've not yet worked out how setting up and going on the couch is going to be with a puppy about. I've not quite figured out how and if that is going to work as well. It may be that I need to work on the dining table more than I work on my little table by the couch. That may be the safer option while the puppy is still a puppy. You know, she is only small. She is learning, and she's learning fast. She really is doing so well considering it's been a week. Pretty much every single time when she does need to go potty, is that what we call it when it's pups? When she does need to go potty, she will go outside. It has gone from us taking her outside regularly to a lot of the time now she will just go to the door. She will just go to the door and you will open it up and she will go out and she will do her business and she will come back in. Which in a week is absolutely amazing. There is still the odd accident. I get that, but To be at the point where there is hardly any accidents, to me, is absolute gold. She is at the point where she has slept through a couple of times. So, yeah, I cannot really complain at all. She does know how to sit and how to stay. And she does that really well for her dinner, primarily. She's getting there with other parts of the day, but she's perfect at it for getting her food. But yeah, sometimes you just need to get on, and we're just changing the way we work a little bit. But we're making it work for all of us. So I'm going to see if it does mean that I do need to work on the dining table, then maybe that'll be my opportunity to get a little bit more of my heaven and earth design done. Maybe, because that's definitely easier to do at the dining table. That's not feasible to do on my little table. So we'll see how that goes. Okay, that is P, and I do still have one up here. Little bit deceiving because it doesn't have a symbol in the middle, but pretty clear to see. The cat lady says, I hope you get over the cold soon. She said they definitely don't help your morale. She said clutter gets to me too. Yes, clutter is one of my big things. She says she's still not happy with the placement of items in her kitchen cupboards. She says that's a job for tomorrow, possibly. She says then we need to carry on with our painting scheme. She says, I feel your pain, I've been there. Yeah, I did yesterday. I actually spent quite a bit of time trying to straighten things up, find a home for Luna's puppy things, you know, find a space where the stuff can go and everybody knows where it is. Made sure to, you know, things like giving the floors a really good mop and all that sort of stuff with having a new pup. So yeah, managed to get a few more things straightened up again yesterday. It's not perfect, but it's definitely a lot more calming and livable. But yeah, every now and then I do find if it gets too many things out of place and too much clutter, that I do need to say, up, nope, this needs my time, and get it sorted to be able to keep functioning. But that is the top part, not even realising until I started it that there is a cute little bird's nest in the top of her head. I like it when these things sort of appear as you're doing the painting that you've not quite necessarily seen in the original image. But yeah, that is another WIP and Chat done. We will see how many more I can squeeze in over the next few weeks. But thank you so much for joining me for this one, and I'll speak to you all again soon.